Well, good evening and welcome to A World Awakening. Now, this show could just as easily have been Soul School because the people that you are looking at on the screen are my star and soul sisters and brothers. And before we start this show tonight, I've got a few things that I need to say. Now, everybody on this screen knows me very well. And here's the thing. I am all sweetness and light until I am not. And so I am going to take a few moments this evening to address something that, hello, Brendan Monk. Oh, Joseph Frisia. Look at, I'm telling you, we've got it going. We've got it going. This place is going to be packed tonight. All right, now listen to me. Listen to me, because this is my fucking show. And I get to say what I want to say on my show. And River, I love you. Now, it has come to my attention through my exceptional admins, including my Linny, which I don't know why she's not on, but Linny, Lynn Ann Bowling and her husband, Jeff, who watch my site like a hawk. And God knows Erin does. And God knows I've got my tribe. And you are my tribe. Let there be no mistake made by anyone foolish enough out there. And there are several who have been found to be making snarky comments about the old lady with cancer. Okay, here's what you do. Shut the fuck up. Because you have absolutely no idea what you are talking about. You have absolutely no idea what the farm is about. You have absolutely no idea other than your own skepticism and cynicism that gets in your way of your goddamn conspiracy theories. And I'll tell you what, I've got about 1 million people that will jump your shit like nothing you have ever seen in your life. And you will pack up your HP and move to another country. Do not pick on the lady with cancer. I am not grifting. I am not doing a money grab. I am helping to raise money to save and salvage an immaculate, beautiful piece of property of historical significance. And that is all we are doing. And every single person on this screen is in this for a reason. And my champion and my knight in shining armor is Jason Hawes. And I have known from the inception of this, from the instant that house went into foreclosure, that Jason is supposed to be the one to carry the destiny of this farm forward. And every single person that you see on this screen is ready, willing, and able to jump in and pick up right where they left off and to rescue this farm from the ravages of abuse and neglect that they have suffered. That barn, just the barn. We have to save the barn. We're going to need $500,000 to save the barn. I am begging everybody. I am telling you, cross me if you are one that thinks, and I don't care. Let me name drop. I don't want to hear from Matt Rife. I don't want to hear from Elton. I don't want to hear from Zach. I don't want to hear from any of these people that are waving around millions of dollars that they have made on the paranormal. Good for you. More power to you. We are not doing what we are doing to make money. We are doing what we are doing to save an extraordinary piece of property that is a part of American colonial history. And it just happens to be probably the most haunted house on the planet. And there is one man and one man only, my guardian, my champion, my knight in shining armor, who is leading the Light Brigade. And we are all his followers, and we are all with him in this incredibly important movement, this mission to save the farm. It cannot go down to the annals of history from neglect. It simply cannot. And I have got to find my way to a place of forgiveness in my heart, because I am a woman of faith. But I am also a badass cowgirl, and I know how to take a bobcat and level a mountain. Don't get in my way. If you do, you tread at your own peril. Woe be unto you. You are absolutely unprepared for what that farm has to offer, and you have no idea what you're stepping into. And it's time for you to just back off and let nature take its course. because the force of the farm is a life force, and it is calling to Jason Hawes, and he is the only man that I trust to do this, and every single one of us will be a part of this right from the inception, and we have been. And I start radiation treatments next week, and I have 10 of them, and I will do every interview, and I will do every commentary, and I will speak to any reporter, and I will put the word out, because we, the paranormal community, have come together in a way that is, it's beyond unity. It's something beyond unity. It's something, I mean, we can be an eclectic mix of people and have all kinds of different ideas about all kinds of things, but we are functioning in common cause. And that common cause is pure of heart. And anyone that questions that, shame on you. And don't beat up on the old lady with cancer. It's a bad idea. It is clearly a lack of wisdom and a fool's errand. That is all that I have to say. Now I am back to sweetness and light. Let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Preaching the Bible.
With the peasant.
I wish I could be you. Like, I don't know what it is that you have, but I swear, I wish I could be half of you. That was magnificent.
Well, you know what? You are part of me, because your father has kindly and your mother have kindly allowed me to adopt you and Cody as my own children. You have been in my home. You have been in my heart. I have loved you since you were little kids. I have known you so long, I don't remember when we met, which is the same truth about Jason. I don't remember how long I've known him. We don't remember. We were on the phone at 6:30 this morning. We don't remember when we met. It's been that long. And when you have that kind of trust in someone, and Ken, I want to tell you, please don't for a moment think that it has escaped anyone's notice all that you and Rise Up Paranormal have done for the farm. Please understand that you are a part of our tribe. You are a part of our family. And I don't know what part you will play when ultimately all of this comes to pass. But I know that it will be pivotal, and it will be sentimental, and it will be beautiful. And I am telling you that the future of this farm will be in the most secure hands that could has ever been in, other than Corey and Jen. You know, you did right by the farm, and you know what? You did, and you've loved it, and you still love it, and you are a part of it, and it is a piece of you. You know, and Jason asked me, he's like, you know, did you want the farm back? And I'm like, no, thank you. I work hard enough in this life. Thank you very much. That farm, integral part of my family's legacy, and that farm is an integral part. I'm sorry, words and chemo and shit. An integral part of our story, our true story, so that people know that there is a true story behind a feature film called The Conjuring that is predominantly fictionalized because they were too afraid to tell the real story. That's the truth of it. They were just too afraid to tell the real story. And so I've got 3 books out in the world that have planted this farm firmly on terra firma of the paranormal world. And each and every one of you has played a key role. And for all the time that you worked tirelessly at that farm, I commend each and every one of you, and I love all of you with all my heart. And if there is anyone out there that questions my sentiments or my intentions, again, a fool's errand. Now, all of you get to talk.
I don't even know what to say.
How do we follow that up?
We like halfway through that, my jaw dropped, and I just sat there like, I don't even know.
Well, listen, Julie DeMay, one of my nearest and dearest friends, played around with AI because she's a computer geek and came up with a fantastic song. And I know that Bill is listening, and I thought it would be a great way to kick off our broadcast tonight. So, Bill, I didn't even send you any message in chat. I just hope that you're listening and that you will put the song up, because Julie created this for the farm, and it is very inspirational. And she is one of the kindest, most loving, most wonderful people that I have ever had the opportunity or the privilege to call my dear friend. And when I come to Rhode Island, and when the farm has been secured and I come to Rhode Island, she's going to pick me up at TF Green, and we are making a straight shot to the farm, and I get to go home again. Glory, hallelujah.
Windows, it holds an ancient light. It stands as a beacon, a powerful, deep design. A silent, soulful promise on history's timeline. It beckons to the curious, to the believers and the doubt. A crossroads for exploration throughout the world and out. It's a lifeline to our community, keeping the story keen. A sacred, hallowed ground, deserving of a respectful scene. Let's make this stand. Let's step up now and make it true. A historic act of passion for me and all of you. Let's answer a deeper need, the calling of the old. Let our voices ring out louder than the stories ever told. Let our passion ensure its doors remain wide. A place of learning and wonder, with nothing left to hide. This is the moment, the choice we have to make, to protect the house for history's own sake. A collective, powerful deed, if we believe we can. For every generation, every woman, child, and man. Let's make this stand. Let's step up now and make it true.
Make it true.
Historic act of passion for me and all of you. Let's answer a deeper need, the calling of the old. Let our voices ring out louder than the stories ever told. Let our passion show its doors remain wide. A place of learning and wonder, with nothing left to hide.
Ah, Julie. What
And
an
actually,
anthem.
how I did that, I had heard about making songs from AI, so I took the GoFundMe wording that Jason had and said, Gemini, make me a little poem. So it came out, I tweaked it a little. And then I said, let me go online. I found a place you could do a song. And initially it was a woman, which just didn't cut it. It was not. It was
No,
too-
you needed a man, because you needed a man.
Yeah,
Jason
and
is
I
the man.
said pop rock and inspirational, and that's what it came up with 20 seconds later.
Amazing.
Wow.
And it's a
Pretty good.
whole new world.
Speaking of the man,
Right. Perfect
Jason Hawes.
timing.
Who let him in?
Who let him in? Oh, Jason.
What does that mean? It's been happening while I haven't been here.
I did a rant about you that will make you blush. Even at night, it would show. So you'll have to go back and look, because you are our champion and you are our guardian and you are everything that I sent to you at 6:30 this morning. And I love you and I appreciate you. And just to have you step out of your investigation tonight and join us for a few minutes, just say whatever you want to say, honey. I know you're busy.
Oh, no. I just wanted to, I was just jumping on to say hi, say hello to everybody. It's, sorry I'm on the phone. It's not my typical, but
no, yeah. It's great. You look great.
Oh, well, thank you. How's everybody doing tonight?
Wonderful. I went on a rant about people that think that we're grifting and that we're, trying to do a big money grab, and that there's imbeciles out there with millions of dollars flashing it around like they know what they're doing and have any idea what the farm is about at all. And so, yeah, I did like a good 5-minute rant. Satori was thrilled. Satori was like all empowered and shit.
Well, I mean, it's, it's tough. It's tough because I understand a lot of people have passion for the field and stuff, but I think you got to question sometimes if
motivations
it's
and intentions.
I mean, passion or business, that's fine. I mean, just let's be honest about it if we're going to say that. But, this is something, I mean, I've been involved in this field for 35 years, whether the cameras were there or not, whether I was famous or not, it didn't matter to me. Yeah, exactly. And geez, I turned down being on television 5 times. I didn't want to be on camera, but I think what's going on here is the story, of course, of that house existed long before you all, but the reason it became as infamous as it has is because of you all. And if you're going to respect the field and respect all that stuff about it, then I don't know, maybe you should just respect the property or the wishes of the person from that property. I have mixed feelings on it. So, but I'm trying to stay positive because I'm staying focused.
Yeah, so. I'm staying focused, and I'm trying to be forgiveness oriented, because my faith has never been deeper or more profound. And as I go through my own trials, I find myself relying on that deep faith and that sacred spirit, and that's something absolutely special about that farm. And it's calling, it's your destiny, Jason.
Well, I can't seem to get the hell away from it. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, and I know it wasn't your preference, but
no, it's fine. It's all good.
It's a big thing that I tasked you with. And who would have thought in this day and age that a 4-minute video that I made of the moment, reaching out to you, would have gone viral all over the world, and that our entire community of people would come together to help us do something that most people would look at and say, well, that's just impossible. No, it's not, because nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And when you've got a crew of people around you like this, and people that are ready to step up at a moment's notice and do anything that you need for them to do. And I am among them. And Jason, you know that. I haven't missed an interview. I have put everything out there that I know how to do, and I keep accepting them no matter how shitty I feel. It doesn't matter, because all I have to do is just think about that beautiful place being released from its shackles. Released from its shackles, being left to languish for more than a year. That barn, this is a national treasure, and it has nothing to do with the paranormal. We all know that all faith is paranormal. We know that. It is that rare glimpse that we see of something that tells us that we are surrounded by spirit. And it is a wonderful, extraordinary thing when it happens. But this is an edifice. The farm is an edifice. It is a national treasure. And we have to come together as a community and do everything in our power. And I tell people all the time, I just had a friend clear a credit card tonight. 2 friends clear a credit card and put everything on that card, on that GoFundMe, and pushed it up over, I think, $160,000 tonight, just before we got on the air. And I won't identify them because I don't want to embarrass them, but they put thousands of dollars into the farm tonight before we even started the show. Not everybody can do that. I tell people $5, $10, $50. Oh my God, save yourself a trip to Starbucks and send us $10. And they're doing it. They're doing it in numbers that are hard to fathom, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever want to pressure anybody or anything. I mean,
no, me either. Never.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you can, great. I mean, it's not. I mean, I think everybody on this video knows me. It's not going in my pocket, and my pockets are fine. But it's going to try to help to save this place, to keep the price down, to keep keep it open for everybody. I think that's the thing. If it was, if I was 20 years younger and just kicking off ghost hunters, yeah. But I mean, where I am now, it's like I just want to see everybody be able to enjoy it, whether they're paranormal enthusiasts, historians, whatever. I mean, that property offers so much, and I want to see it taken care of. I don't want to see it turned into a circus sideshow. I don't want to see people being funneled through there as quickly as they can for, just for profit and stuff. And I mean, yeah, and bottom line, that's it.
Well, yeah, and plus the town of Burrowville is squarely behind you because your reputation precedes you, and it has for decades. And so I know that, any former difficulties with the farm and licenses and so on and so forth will be, it's not even going to be on the table. This is just going to be a place for us to come together and celebrate. And when that happens, it will be the party of the century. It will be partying with pagans and the peasants. I'm telling you, we're going to be dancing around the fire. And I look forward to that because, Jason, I have lived now for well over a year with the constant stress and worry and feeling so disheartened by what happened to the farm. And I must find my way to forgiveness, and I must find my way to redemption. And this farm must find its way into your hands because it is your destiny. And I truly do believe that with all my heart.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. And, and I greatly appreciate everybody from around the world really stepping up to make this happen. I mean, you made your request. I answered it. And then I put something out there and everybody else answered that. And I think that just speaks worlds about everybody in this community and everything else. I mean, it's, and they understand it. It's about trying to preserve something and respect your wishes, respect your plea, but just preserve something, not turn it into something where we're just trying to run as many bodies through there and people being disrespectful or whatever. It's about respecting the place and respecting what's been there, what's come, what's gone, everything.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Does anyone else want to chime in with Mr. Hawes?
Well, I just think it's a beautiful thing, the fundraiser that's grown. And I think what's so interesting about it is you don't have to support. If you don't like it, you don't have to donate. It was always something that was just put out there. If you want to help, donate if you'd like, or share, or just spread the word. And people from all over the world decided. They made a choice. They looked at the options that were put in front of them, and people, a majority of people made a choice. And to see just how it exploded in such a short amount of time, people had the right to stand up for something that they believed in. And I think that that's just amazing to see the community do it.
I mean,
I just wanted to weigh in quick, Jay, and say that, all over the country, all over the world, town, village, city has their places like this, whether there's a paranormal background or an historical background. Mm-hmm. We all have them. And the idea of, think about your town. your village, your city, your country, what local stewardship means
Yeah.
to those places. People who were brought up there, raised there, spent time there, are familiar with it. You know, they know the lay of the land. So that's one of the things that I think that this is geared to, is bringing it to people who have names and faces. You know, they're not nondescript. So I just wanted to kind of, you know, emphasize that part of it too. This is a positive thing. So if you can project it on places in your city or town, you'd love someone local who has an idea of what it means to, I'm not going to say ownership, but stewardship.
Yeah, because I think honestly, I'll do what needs to be taken care of with that property. We all will, but yeah, I don't mind being the face to try to get it out there and stuff. And but I mean, I think the Conjuring house belongs to everybody.
It does. It does. That's why I don't want it back. I don't need to own it. It's a part of me.
No. So.
I think too that what I like doing about these shows with all of us together is I think there's a disconnect for people sometimes with those of us that have worked there in this particular crew, because, you know, we were friends. We were all friends and family when we worked together, because again, it's such a unique experience. It's a location where you're spending, 2-3 weeks living on the property at a time. And it's a very unique experience. And I think a lot of times when something happens to a location and it kind of, goes by the wayside or closes down, a lot of times you don't see those friendships like lasting.
Yeah.
Where for us, this is all family at this point, and we've only gotten closer and stronger. We do birthdays together. We go down to cookouts together. We hang out and investigate together. Like, we are a family. We're not blood related, but we've all stuck together. And this has been, I think everybody on this would admit, these last 2.5 years have been really, really, really hard.
Slightly. I mean, you haven't been accused of trying to assassinate someone.
Well,
that's a true story. I have not.
All right. So, Jason, you're one up on Aaron, okay? He's not an assassin.
You don't know. But I think that's what's important for
Honey,
people.
I would help you bury the body. I'm just not for nothing. I'm just saying.
So it's Satori. It's fair. We've had that discussion. But I think that's what's important.
No, but you're right. You're right, Aaron. Yeah. It's a place that's really connected to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this, like everybody said, this isn't a money grab for anybody. I will work for free. I think most of us have agreed. Like, we just want to go back to our favorite place. We want to, and basically we go back and you just pick up where we left off. You don't have to teach anybody anything. You don't have to train anybody new. Like, we just get to go back.
It's funny. I've already told my sons. I'm like, you guys better get ready, because if this happens, you got to start mowing lawns over there for nothing. So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we're all gonna put in. I mean, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We're all going to put in, and we all are doing that. And it is so gentle and compassionate and loving and so sweet that so many people have stood up. And I want to personally take a moment to thank everyone so much for the incredible outpouring of affection and devotion and love and energy and healing that has been sent to me. This is, in a way, Jason, this mission is helping to save me. And I know that might sound a little dramatic, and I am a little dramatic, but I couldn't be more honest with you about the fact that I needed this like air to breathe. I needed this, and I thank you. And I am so grateful to all of you for loving that place the way I love that place. Corey and Jen, I know how you feel. I know how you love that house. And, you moved mountains yourself to have it. And I am blown away by all of you people. I am blown away. And Reed, you do look like Jeremiah Johnson. And for those out there that remember the great Jeremiah Johnson, you are rocking the mountains, my dear.
I'll do my best to rock in the mountains.
Rocking the
Hey,
mountains.
guys, I'm gonna let you go get back to. I gotta, get this investigation going. But I just want to pop in, say hello to everybody. Much love to you guys. We'll all be talking soon, anyways.
Yep.
You
I
guys
won't
know how to-
bother you at 6 in the morning, though.
You
I
never-
swear to
I don't-
God.
Hon, I don't sleep, so it's like
I know
that.
me either.
Insomnia for 30 plus years of my life. I
Yeah.
used to always freak out Tori. She'd come walking down it'd be 3 a.m. I'd just be eating ice cream in the kitchen. So,
Yeah.
but all right, you guys have a great night. Love you all. Stay safe. I'll see you
Love
soon.
you.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Jay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
My
There
gosh.
you go.
I know, huh? How rocking. All right, Corey and Jen, talk to me.
No pressure.
Hi.
Hi. That's my girl. Every time I squeeze her, I'm so afraid I'm going to break her spine. Just, oh my God, you're so little. Oh my God. I mean, at least Satori's got some, like bulk. Yeah, she's,
That's right.
that's right. Yeah. But no, I'll be very careful when I squeeze you next. No, Jennifer, that's a lie. I'm going to squeeze you until you pop.
You can squeeze me until I pop. That's fine.
Okay, good. So talk to us
You're
about
fine.
your experience and what you're looking forward to here, because this is a momentous occasion in the history of the paranormal community. And this is an inflection point of unity that none of us thought we would ever see. And out of the darkness of a cancer diagnosis comes the light of the salvation of the sacred space called the farmhouse.
It's so hard to follow anything that you just lead with because,
I know.
it's you nailed it.
Autopilot.
I mean, there was nothing better than, bringing people through and just telling the true story behind the house and the history behind it. And more people find it fascinating, like the actual, American history of it.
Yes.
And, paranormal aside, I mean, it's just so drenched in American history. And it's like, this house was standing before the Declaration of Independence was signed.
40 years. That house was completed 40 years before the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
It's crazy.
40 years. That's a lifetime back then.
Yeah.
The average life expectancy was 42.
My.
Jeez.
And it's weathered the worst storms, even Hurricane Jackie, right?
Yeah.
Right, Reed? So
Reed, it's okay, honey. It's just childhood trauma. Eventually, in several decades, you'll get past it.
Oh man, no, this whole thing has just been such an emotional roller coaster, and what a perfect ending this would be to all of this. It just is amazing to see everybody come together as a whole and just do our thing. It's just amazing.
It is. And it is really, it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
If I had to put a moniker on it, I would call it that this is a labor of love, that every single one of us has a profound attachment to that farm, no matter what the reason, what the time period, what the cause. I go back to when I was 11 years old. I'm 67. I just turned 67. And I was 11 years old, and I saw my first full body apparition, and I was like, well, this is different.
Yeah.
And knowing from literally the first few moments that we moved into the farm, I never understood why they didn't show themselves when we were just visiting the farm. As our family was going to, get to know Mr. Kenyon, and my father and mother started to try to procure the farm and get financing together and get the, all the surveys done and get all of that. And so we went a number of times. Everybody piled into the old Bonneville, and nobody in the family remembers ever seeing anything strange or quirky or lights or movement or anything like that. It was almost like The spirits were just waiting in the wings for us to actually own the house. And I cannot explain that, but I'll tell you that when I am back up there next again, I want to do a session with Cody and Satori and see if I can get some answers to these questions, because I still have questions. All these years later, decades and decades later, I can't explain that. I can't explain how two people that I knew, and I think they've both passed on now, but one had a profound hearing loss and one had an absolute, virtually blind, legally blind. And when they went to the farm, their sensory perceptions were restored until they left the farm. What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it out of 3D into 4D, into 5D, into an entirely different dimension of spirit, so that you are completely, utterly restored, and then you go back into 3D and the impairments return? What is that? Cody, Satori, we're going to have to work on this. This is going to be one of our projects, okay? It's going to be our little passion play. We're going to do what we need to do to find out some of the answers to these questions. Steve, you have been inordinately quiet. Say something. I love you.
I'm always quiet.
I know, because I don't give you a word edgewise. Not even a word edgewise, but I'm pinching your cheeks. Cheeks that I love.
Awesome. His phone is working tonight. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy. I was with Evan a while ago. We tested it out because I didn't want to throw the phone in the trash. So, yeah, finally got it to work. But yeah, no, I love just being with everybody here, and this is my family, and I'm really hoping we can get to the house and save it, and everybody pitch in and get back to where it was and make it better.
Yeah.
And so that's, it's a mission for everybody. And, I'm glad that you started it. And then Jason, got into it, and everybody's just been jumping on it, helping and sharing. And I think it's huge.
It didn't take any courage from me. What I did was an act of desperation.
Yeah.
It was not courage, not personal courage. It was an act of desperation. And my wish fulfillment that somebody that I know and love and trust would be the steward of this property. And when I made my plea, I never expected that, number one, he would say yes, because I knew his proclivity for avoiding it like the Black Plague of Europe and all the reasons why. And second of all, I never thought that he would pick up my cause the way that he has, in such a tender, loving, compassionate, generous way. Jason has not made this about the farm. Jason has made this about me and my desire to save the farm and to watch that key be placed in his hands. And I don't think there is a key. I'm pretty sure that none of those doors have a key.
No, it's great.
Doors are locked, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case there's no key, doesn't mean you can get in.
Right.
You can get in.
Technology's great,
Yeah.
The fact that
Great. Get that Ring doorbell hooked up. You betcha.
the fact that the GoFundMe's been up for what, 14 or 15 days roughly,
Yeah.
and it's already at $151,777. I mean, it's crazy how much this has blown up. There's over 4,000 donations total that people have pitched in. And it just started, and we have more time to keep talking about it and keep promoting it as much as we can. It's crazy what it's already started as. Who knows the dollar amount that's going to end up at? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, all of that money will go to the restoration of that property. And that's just a fact, and that's just how it is. And anybody that questions that, really, I won't revisit my rant. I will not revisit my rant. But please do not make the mistake of questioning what you see in front of you, because these are people who genuinely love each other and love that farm and will do anything and everything to make sure that she is completely restored and that she sits gracefully on the rolling hills of Harrisville, Rhode Island forever.
gonna try.
Agreed.
Gonna try. I mean, this is. I just can't think of a better group of people to push this movement with all you guys. I mean, I remember. So I was actually Cody and I were in Illinois. No, yeah, we were in Illinois when your initial video came out, Andrea, and we didn't know what was happening. So we're walking around Joliet prison, and all of a sudden I get a call from Reed, and Reed's like, "Did you see this video?" And I went, "What video?" He's like, "Andrea made a video." And so I go and look, and I see it. I try calling my parents because that's the first thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then I call Aaron, and I'm like, what's going on? So then I try to call my parents, and they didn't pick up right away. And I was like, oh no, what's going on? And I just remember by the end of it, my parents were like, it was just to hear the emotion after seeing that. We were all emotional. But when I finally got through to them, I was like, did you guys see this? They're like, yes, we saw it. And they were like, it's really emotional right now. And they kind of thought on it for a bit. But one thing I knew for certain was they were like, we have to do something. We have to try something. Yeah. And that was where it clicked. We were all like, all right, just tell us what we're going to do. You know, like, let's all push this. We're all going to get ready to push this. And it was like a mission, the way we all just went on. And as soon as my parents were like, we have to try, that was just when we were all like, Avengers assembled. Like, we were like, let's see what we can do. And I can't believe it. And even with all the stops that have happened, I mean, there were the hiccups where people thought the house sold officially. Yeah. And then there was that, what are we going to do? So we had to stop it there. There were hiccups with the system where we had to kind of like, my dad had to get it up and running again.
Yeah.
Because it blew up in the first couple hours.
I know. They didn't know what they were dealing with. GoFundMe had no idea what they were dealing with.
It was crazy. So, I mean, even with those hiccup days, it's gone really fast.
Yeah. It was down for 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So take like 3 or 4 days off of when it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wondered too, with the auction being canceled, like, was that a moment? I know it certainly was for me, and I would assume for all of you, but everybody in the field, it was like, uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Any shot we may have had, it just got ripped out from under us. And so it's almost like, as bad as that was in the beginning, I think that's also kind of the thing that really gave this, like, jet fuel and really.
Yeah, it was a catalyst.
It's the thing.
Aaron, it was a catalyst.
There's the chance that we're still in the game here. There's still a chance to make this happen. And I think that's evident in the donations as well, and the continued support and response from people. And that's what we need. That's what everybody needs for this to happen. So
yeah, this is what everybody needs for this to happen. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what. Somebody tell me what time it is. I forgot my phone over on the
9:45.
It is what?
9:45.
Okay. Now, each and every one of you gets to tell your favorite story from the farm. Reed, start.
Oh, geez.
The Rolodexes start turning and everybody's great.
Yeah, Steve, you start. Yeah, Steve, you got it.
Oh, come on.
No, Steve,
no.
You start.
Okay.
No, you're the center square. You're the center square, honey. You have to start. Reed's not prepared.
I would say, okay.
Here's a story.
Well, I know one story. We were just having dinner, in the caretaker part of it, and there's me, Cody, and Satori, and just hearing, we're telling them to come eat with us, and the doors opening and footsteps are walking towards us like they're just ready to come join dinner with us. And, you kind of just get to walk around there, and it's completely different. So it's really such a, fun time to be there and to hear stuff like that. And I always enjoyed every minute I was there.
You've had some experiences.
There's some great experiences there. I know the caretakers, obviously they're a lot more than me. But just going there and just being on the property and the joy of everybody coming and meeting a lot of new people from all over the world, that was fun part of it for me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm choking a little bit tonight. Chemo, steroids. Sorry. Julie, you've had some remarkable experiences at the farm, and Ken has too. Why don't the two of you talk about that?
I'd say maybe 2 years ago I hosted a Halloween night there, and it was a weird scenario where we were upstairs, actually in the back, and because of the concern of trespassers and stuff, in the front you had the police with the lights going at the top of the driveway, knowing we were safe, that nobody was going to come out of the woods, that at least wasn't spirit. It was weird to see that, to start with the group and in the front and see the police there, and you could see the reflection of the police, the lights in the second floor. Then we were in the backyard. And again, you never know what's going to happen on an event. And this is in the matter of about, 20 minutes. It's pitch black. We are now seeing shooting stars, which is one thing I just love about the house is it's pitch black there. You're in the middle of nowhere. So they were able to see shooting stars. And then we were filming with my FLIR across the backyard towards the woods. And 2 hot spots came out, which I thought was really cool. And somebody else saw the same thing on their FLIR imaging. But it was so cool to say, these people, and again, I would, talk in the investigation, these people may never come to this house again. And
Right.
if you can do anything, again, nothing's guaranteed, but to have these 2 body figures across the yard just appear in the woods, 2 lifelike heights, and then looking up and seeing everybody seeing shooting stars on several times, I thought you couldn't get any better. And it was a nice, crisp night on Halloween. And I know those people left that night saying we had a really good time.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's what it's all about, because life is nothing but a series of experiences, extraordinary experiences. And when you get to share that with people that you know and love, and you get to go to a place like that is different than any other place on this planet, that has an energy and a vibration and an urgency about it. There's an urgency about the farm. And Erin always said that what she read in my books really resonated with her. Remember, Erin, we had a conversation about this, about the house being its own life force and the house being able to take care of itself. We had 3 fires in that house while we lived there, and that house put the fire out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think you have you have the spirits, obviously, you have the energy of the land and all the things, all the spirits that live there. But then I've always just felt like that house, you could almost hear it breathing in and out at night. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like its own living, breathing energy. And I think that's very interesting. And it seems like that's kind of what's in charge of the whole deal.
Well, the fact is that I love the spirits, even the cranky ones, and they know that. And when I walk in that house, ask Corey and Jen what happens when I walk in that house. Every gizmo, every gadget, every light, everything goes off like crazy. And all I have to do is walk in that house and say, I love you all. I've missed you so much. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. And all hell breaks loose. And, to be a part of something that phenomenal. Ken, remember the night we must have had, I don't know how many people, I don't know how many gadgets you guys had hooked up. Well, I'm the gadget. I can't carry any kind of electronic device. I will drain the battery. I will kill it immediately. I don't know why that happens either.
Well, you run on 9 volt, so
I think that I am. And tonight I'm probably 12 volt. I'm pretty sure I'm 12 volt tonight.
Yeah.
She's spicy tonight.
I know it. And all I did was tell them that I loved them. And every single machine in that room spiked and went from nothing to bright red, green, and yellow, and lights, just lights. And and I don't even understand how this equipment works. I have no clue. what you people are doing with your gizmos and gadgets. I have no clue.
None of us do either. So.
Stay away from my equipment. That's all I say.
Well, you know, and you've had some experiences with technology at the farm, with stuff coming through your computer. If you want to share anything about that.
We've actually had one time when I had a group on an overnight. Cody and Satori were nowhere around. They weren't there that night. And we actually, I was upstairs and you could hear, I'm like, is anybody here? Some people were in the, what is it, like the birthing room upstairs in the corner.
Yeah, the boarding room, yeah.
The boarding room, and then all throughout the bedrooms upstairs, and we're in the middle, and somebody was near the stairs, and if someone's here, you hear, come up to the room. And the one girl thought her friend was coming out of the boarding room. And I said, nope, somebody came in to join us. Mm-hmm. They all experienced thinking somebody else did it.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I think one of the coolest thing, I'm just happy to be here tonight with the Harrisville 7. You know,
Harrisville 7.
Because
Harrisville 7. I love it.
These folks invested the time. I paid a lot of visits. You know, sometimes I didn't even leave the staff room. You know, I was just hanging out there. We did a couple of events, and I jump in on investigations with Cody and Satori. But I guess the weirdest thing is, many years ago, everybody's heard this story where we recorded the voice of a little boy.
Yeah.
Coming down the stairs. You've heard that. Well, when we did our first event, Julie had just had surgery. So she was in a cast, and she was going to spend the night on the first floor. So I decided, well, I'm going to stay down there because, you know, I don't want her bumping into things in the dark. And so I laid down on the couch, on the sofa, and I'm drifting off, and she's asleep. We're the only two people in the house, and I hear a little voice of a little kid over my right shoulder in back of the couch. And it took me a little bit because I couldn't get to sleep. Couch, I'm uncomfortable. So I kind of turned, nothing there. So 10 minutes go by, I hear the little voice again. At this point, I'm looking for my phone or anything to record, but my phone was dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 20 more minutes go by, and I hear the little voice again of a kid. And I'm just thinking back to 2009 or wherever we were there, and this child's voice. So I had a little brief conversation with him, and it's like, I'm just going to go to sleep now. You know, you're welcome to hang around and stay there. But that was the thing that stuck out to me, is the contact and the voices of a child, you know, on two different occasions. And I don't know, but I like to think it's one and the same child. You know,
yes.
Because
we don't know if that's Henry or Oliver. We don't know if it's the same child with his father's name, but they used his second name. We don't know. But I do know that was the little boy that my sister April befriended. Mm-hmm. And she wouldn't tell the Warrens about him because she was terrified that they would make him go away. Mm-hmm. And she loved him.
Well, I like to think that maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't, but one and the same child, you know, 10 years, 12 years apart, that we're still able to hear. So it was nice.
Yeah.
Ken, I remember in 2009 when me and Marlena I'd gotten the voice on the EVP on the recorder, didn't know it. And we went up the stairs, and you looked, to say startled, was, plus it was about 100 degrees in the room, but
yeah,
something had happened. And I'm sure I have the video somewhere where you were sitting on the bed and something startled you.
Yeah.
I don't remember if someone saying hey in your ear or something.
It was a voice in my ear while I was doing an EVP session. I was the only one in the house. I was upstairs in the Oh God, middle room.
Mm-hmm.
It looked a little bit different back then. Didn't look like it does now.
It was different.
I was sitting on the bed, and I do have a camera going. It's one of those old IRs with a circle light. It was just terrible.
Yep. Old tech, buddy. Old tech.
God, it's just awful. So I've got this thing. It's all fuzzy and on the chair. And I'm asking for whatever I'm asking for. I hear this voice like, hey, in my right ear. And you just see my camera going like this. And everybody's outside. And I walk it out to Chris Blanchett. I said, hey, Chris, are any trucks or anything go by? No, it's all clear right now. So the heart's beating a little fast. And I said, I just heard a voice in my right ear right now, man. Scared the shit out of me. And he's outside. Yeah, cool.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So I'm going to have to say goodnight pretty soon. I hate to interrupt.
No, that's okay, Steve. You go run around. We got plenty of. Oh my God! Look at the baby.
He does sleep.
So I miss you all. Love you guys. Good luck tonight. Hopefully
Miss
see
you,
everybody
Steve.
soon.
Okay.
Love you, Steve.
All right.
Bye,
All right.
Steve.
Head in the Situate, Steve.
All right. See ya.
Rock
Bye.
Steve. That's great. Okay, Cody and Satori. The
You go
last time that I was there with you was the night that I believe all the spirits started trying to talk to you at once. Remember?
Seemed to
you
be
were
the case there.
and I was sitting on the sofa in the dining room, the former dining room, whatever. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Not the seance room. It's not the seance room. Oh my God, you people. I'm not talking about you people. I'm talking about everybody else. You have no idea. Absolutely no clue. But you had gotten like a lot of activity that night, and we're getting lots of voices. And I remember, Satori, you saying, okay, I cannot talk to all of you at once. I cannot talk to you. You pick one. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Pick one and give. If I've got Andrea here with me, if you want to give her a message. And so apparently they picked one. And you asked how many words, and you said 4 words. And then I believe Erin was the one that wrote down what came through, which was, we miss your family.
Mm-hmm.
That might seem like a no big deal to an awful lot of people, but I have to tell you, that touched me to the center of my soul, to my core. And that is when I knew that I will always be a part of that farm, and my family will always be a part of that farm. And no matter what trials and tribulations we went through during those 10 years, they miss our family. And that is sentimental and sweet and loving. And they know that we treated them with reverence and respect and acknowledgement. And what I will not, under any circumstances, tolerate is disrespect of that farm or its spirits, because that is their house. And we are the caregivers, the caretakers, the intruders. We are the ones that are coming into their space. And so we must simply embrace it for whatever it brings to us. But for them to have told me personally that they miss our family was the most touching, most extraordinary. And then the night when April stopped you, and my sister's been gone since 2017, and April stopped you, and you turned with those sweet, soulful fawn eyes of yours. And you looked at me and you said, April said to play the rose for Mom.
That one gives me goosebumps so big.
Yeah, that gets me too. I was just thinking of that story the other day too.
Hey, Annie, just real quickly, stay on track, but we have all of that stuff documented.
I know.
So I would love to send it to you and give you access to the folder at your and you can look at all of this.
Mm-hmm.
because the stories that you tell, they're all on video. They're all recorded. So
I know, and that's the marvel of the technology that we have, that we can actually not just have these experiences, but record these experiences for other people to be as mystified and mesmerized and hypnotized by the power and the prowess of the spirits of the farmhouse.
Right. Well, let us just do that for you. Just send them to you. And
thank you.
You have an album now.
Thank you.
I think what's beautiful also is we put so much focus on the family that we've all built with this house, but people don't recognize enough that the spirits are family to us too, and the spirits focus on family in that house. And if you have a problem with what I'm saying, whatever. But I will say spirits have taken, they've been such an important part of the family that we've all built to that house as well. I mean, to the point where we have recipes from some of them. Yep. We have some of the funniest stories of us just playing games and involving the spirits in the games with us and telling us about themselves. I mean, it was so, even to the point where if something happened at the house, and I won't get into detail, but there was one time where something just traumatic happened, like I had some of the best times and some of the worst times. And I think that's something that's so beautiful, that I got to experience them in a place I loved like that. And one day I remember I was really upset about what had happened, and the spirits came through and said, it's going to be okay. Just like little things like that. Like they were always listening. They were always involved. They were always trying to be our biggest supporters. And that's amazing to really think about. I miss them for that alone.
Yeah. And I know we were telling stories, and this kind of goes along with what Andrea was saying, with the house put out the fires that happened there when you guys lived there. One interesting story, and I've told it a couple times before, but it was one of our first, stints working there. Story and I usually stay on 2 weeks at a time, and our first month on, we were doing, there was overnight investigations. People would rent out the house, obviously, and stay overnight. And, of course, there's a bunch of rules that come with staying at the house. And one of them is no open flames, no candles or anything like that, because it's a 300-year-old house, and we don't want it to burn down. So, of course, we had to go to sleep, right? We're not watching cameras 24/7. So we go to sleep, and all of a sudden we hear this pounding on the wall.
That scared us.
That connects the staff quarters to the main house, and we're like, what the heck are they doing? So I get out, and I'm crawling down the ladder to look at the cameras, and I'm looking at the cameras, and they're getting ready to light a candle. None of them are near the wall that the pounding's coming from. So the spirits were letting us know that they were getting ready to break the rules. And of course, I ran over there. I was like, what the heck are you guys doing? And that happened multiple times, where they were just that knock on the wall letting us know that something was going to happen. So that house is magical. Like you said, that the families that live there seem to come back, because some of the spirits we've spoken with, they moved on from that house. They didn't die in that house. They ended up dying on other properties. They moved out of that house, but somehow they come back. And and I think that's why they miss your family. You know what I mean? And I think they're all connected somehow. And the other cool thing, one of my favorite parts about working there, was sometimes we would surprise some of our guests by calling you. And one of the only houses that I can think of, especially a famous haunted house that has the family still involved with it. I can't think of another like really famous movie that was based on a haunted house where you can just call up the family that lived there and let the guests talk to one of them. You know what I mean? And that was so cool to just see them like, oh, I'm really talking to one of them right now. And I'm like, yeah, that's her. And then things would happen, like you said, stuff would start happening in the house, which was really cool. So many things like that.
The last thing we ever said to the spirits was, the last thing they ever told us was, thank you for giving us a voice, and don't forget us. And that was really emotional. And it kind of happened before we all left, but it was still felt like it was one of the last things, like one of the most important things they would say to us. And one of the last things we ever said to them was, we're not going to stop fighting. We're going to keep fighting. we're going to fix this. And I remember saying that. And to this day, I think the chances, like, just to have the chance for all of us to go back and be like, we did this, we fought for you guys, you know, we never forgot you guys, we didn't leave you. I think that for all of us is going to mean so much, just to be able to go back and say that to them.
Agreed.
So the story's not over yet.
No, not by a long shot.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Cody, what about that Japanese fellow?
You want to talk about that story?
I don't think we should.
Yeah.
Why? I think that's
I don't
No, Corey, you're stirring up trouble, dude.
Yeah.
not at all.
I mean, it's your MO. We all know it's your
Well, now you
MO.
have to,
I'll just say there was-
give a basic thing so people don't, just
All right,
so
we
they
had, I don't know how basic I'm
Oh my
going
God,
to
he
go.
really is.
Very-
talking about it.
Why not?
know.
We had a Japanese television show filming there. It was. They were from Japan.
How about you just say something like, there are rules for a reason for certain things?
I'm getting to that point.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're going to tell the whole story now.
I was just setting
Now
up.
tell the whole story, Cody. Tell it.
There was a Japanese television show filming there, and they needed a translator for sure. And the whole premise of the show was that the main guy on the show didn't know he was at the Conjuring house.
Supposedly.
So the team had
Really?
rented the house. They just told him that they were filming somewhere else, and this was his like Airbnb or whatever for the night. He had covered up things in the house. They put up curtains and they covered up things in the house that were prominent that you would think, oh, I'm at the Conjuring house. Like they took out the Ouija board, they took out all the stuff that made it look like this. They left the stuffed animals, and let's just say, I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just say they forgot to tell him that there's a camera in every single room of the house.
Yeah, except the bathroom.
Well,
Except
the owner, that everybody told them.
We told
I don't
them,
know
make
about
sure
that
you,
person.
Make sure you tell the guy who's staying here that there's a camera in every single room of the house, because when you're staying at a hotel or an Airbnb, think of everything that you do before you getting ready for bed.
I also want to add to this, since Cody's just decided to tell the whole story practically, that we were not just staring at cameras. There was a reason we had to get into the system and access something, and it just happened to be a moment that we shouldn't have. And that's another.
Yeah, he got a little too comfortable.
Yeah. So, but thanks, Corey. Thanks for that.
What? Classic.
Classic.
Part of the job. It's part of the job.
Part of the job.
Yeah.
Good job. Comes with the territory.
Excuse me.
All right, why? I'm the one that's sick and all of you are coughing.
Mhm.
Is it a New England thing? Is it
Yes.
Allergies, and it's getting cold.
Allergies are whooping my ass. Yeah. Sorry.
That's
You know, the
right.
cool thing is, Annie, about this house, though, a lot of us knew before we even set foot in the house, and some of us didn't. But through everything, everybody stayed in touch with each other. You know, when things fall apart, sometimes everybody goes their separate ways.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I mean, we didn't do that. You know, everybody kind of stays in touch with each other. So, I mean, and I wonder how many people went to that house as guests that met somebody there for the first time, who, when they left, stayed in touch with those people.
True.
You know, maybe they went on other investigations, maybe they hung out, but it seemed to, one of the good things about it is that through a common interest, brought a lot of people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And made a lot of friendships that, you know, still exist. So I understand that, you know, all everybody wants to talk about is, you know, the paranormal and I'm talking about the internet out there. Everybody's worried about how you're going to get in there and if the place is haunted and it's not haunted, and it's all about the paranormal. But, you know, just to repeat something we talked about Sunday, this is a preservation effort too.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. We're not there yet, you know, to start worrying about, who's going to do what and overnights and the paranormal and equipment, and eventually those things likely will happen. But, right now it's all about just saving that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting it in good hands with people that care about it. That care about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the responsibility for it is off the charts.
Well, I'm going to repeat something else, too, that a lot of people, when it was abandoned, and it was abandoned, no one could find the owner. No one knew where she was. No one could contact her. And everybody there stayed by their post and made it viable for guests who had made reservations to come in with no compensation whatsoever, just out of a sense of duty and responsibility to the house. So... you guys know how I feel about that. That's amazing that you did that. I know I'd get calls from Cody and say, we're going to be there and we can't find her. And, we don't want to put a lock on the gate and all the rest of that. And it's just, it was amazing how everybody stood by that. So if there's any doubt in anybody's mind as far as the commitment to that property, you're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, you got the wrong people.
Mm-hmm. So. And another thing you have to worry about is just not other people. I know one of the big things that a lot of people are worrying about is this house ends up in the wrong hands and it becomes into a circus, right? But there's also the wrong hands in a developer's eyes as well. I know at least one person that I've heard of that was going to go to the auction, purchase the property to build, a development there and not knock the house down. People keep saying, how come the house isn't on an historic registry somewhere?
It is. Well, it is.
They tried.
They did try recently, and I don't think it got it. Not recently, but within the last couple decades, I think, and it didn't get accepted.
It hasn't been accepted, at least right now, in the eyes of the town. That house is not on any historic registry right now, which puts the house in extreme danger, even more so than somebody coming in and circus out of it.
However, it doesn't need an historical designation. Chris tried to get one for a couple of people who shall not be mentioned, like Voldemort, but it doesn't matter if that place has any historical significance to Barlowville or Harrisville. If there was any intent on a developer coming in, he or she or whoever would have to give 90 days notice to the town that was their intent to do it. This is a law. And the town would have to have an open meeting where everybody could come in and say why they think it shouldn't be. Okay, so it's not just hand over a check and start the excavators. It's not like that. There would have to be a process, and I would have to think that people would lose their ever-loving minds on that, because
I would go chain myself to a tree.
Well, there was definitely
you're not tearing up a cow pasture, which is nothing they could do about it. But if you're tearing down something, whether it has a historical designation or not, if it has value historically to the town, then they got to jump through some hoops. I know, because in my hometown, something just happened similar where they tore down General Lafayette's house. And no one knew about it.
Who makes the final call when the town does a meeting like that? Is it the town council?
It depends. I will say, though, there have been multiple cases of this, especially happening right now. And unfortunately, if the owner does get the house in a situation like that, they can, technically, their property, they can. Not to say that the town can't fight back, but their property is their property at the end of the day. That's what we're seeing with another location right now as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And asking forgiveness, unfortunately, is easier than asking for permission in a lot of these cases. So sometimes they just come in and do what they want to do and then try figuring it out after.
Or let the house rot in the process.
Don't stress me out. You're stressing me out.
We're not trying to. We're all
I know. I can't. I mean, just the thought. is like sending electricity down my spine. This cannot happen. I will go make a scene like a scene that no one has ever seen before. If anybody tries to do anything to hurt that property, I will be a force to be reckoned with right on that property. And I am telling you that people will come and they will stand there and they will protect it and they will protect that property with their lives because it matters to them. I grew up in that town. There are thousands of people that live in that town that I went to school with, and they know the intrinsic value of that property, and they know whether they are believers in the paranormal or not. They know that that is a fixture in Harrisville, Rhode Island, that it is an edifice, that it is a magnificent edifice to the history of this country. Just to the fact that the house was completed as it stands now in 1736, 40 years before the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Is that not reason enough to preserve this property? Because if it's not, you're going to get to listen to me scream and rant and rave again because I can.
I know. And what we're doing is we're fighting to hopefully keep that from even being a possibility. And I think that's what's amazing about this movement. I think everybody's saying, no, we're not going to let that happen. Yep. So that's beautiful. That's just so beautiful. So you have to rest. And I know you're fiery, but you have to rest and take a break.
I love you. I love you so much. You and Erin, one voice. Go lay down. Go rest. Go take a nap.
Question. I think if Bill is on, we have another special guest that wants to come in and visit. He's been hanging out in the green room. So Bill, if you could pop him in. I don't know if I know he's a multitasking king. I don't have admin rights, so I can't pop him in.
Bill.
All
right, hold on. Let me send him a message.
Bill's taking a nap.
You know, everybody knows. Everybody knows that we run this like a really, really low tech, kind of casual thing.
Let's hope this. I just sent him a message and.
Yeah, I just sent him a message. Bill Green Room.
Yeah, because this is a good one. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just got a message and I'm like, uh-oh.
I'm excited too. I'm on the edge of my seat.
This would be a good one.
Uh-oh. Bill taking a nap?
He disappears sometimes when he's like multitasking.
Did we even get to read and Jen and Corey sharing their favorite memories, or did we just go on like a blab fest on my end and I just kind of like let it away from that?
No, that's okay. They'll tell us, but yeah, I don't know how to get in touch with him right now. Somebody, Erin, reach him on the phone, honey.
I just texted him.
He probably
he's falling down on the job, damn it.
Jonathan, don't freak out because my lights are flashing. It's a bad bulb. It's not.
Okay, I was freaking out too.
Oh!
Hey! Okay, John Petrilla here. Picture this, Harrisville, Rhode Island, 1974. I pull up to the farm. I get that ladder and put it up alongside the house. Stand there, screaming, "Oh, gee! Oh, gee!" It was a full moon. She stuck her head out the window. Man, I seen them baby blues batting in that bright full moon. Lord, I got her down that ladder. We went to the coast. Well, we had ourselves a good time on that coast that night, didn't we?
Yeah, your wife doesn't believe a
Hey!
word.
Yeah, well, Roger believes me. Roger believes me.
Yeah, well, Roger's a gullible old 90-year-old man. Of course.
Yeah. You tell them how that sand melted. It's mortalized right there after you and I departed that night. That shrine will be there forever. When that full moon comes out, man, does that sparkle.
Okay, all right. Does everybody want to hear the real story?
I don't know.
John Zaffis was 23 years old. I met him in a gay bar. We were dancing because it's where all the best music was.
Talking.
I feel like I just went on a roller coaster. Okay? Like that just went so many different. Who let him in? Why is he here?
I love it.
He just came in here yelling.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but you know what? He gets everybody all stirred up. You know, he does. No. Here's my best John Zaffis story. Are you ready? We're up at Sault Ste. Marie. It's 2:00 in the morning. He's hanging out in the seating area in the casino at Kewadin. And all of a sudden, he's like, I have to call my wife and ask her if I can bring home 3 sister wives. And so he asks Cher if he can, basically claim my sisters as his extra, marital wives. And Cher's response to that was, well, have you checked with Andrea to make sure it's okay with her? That's my favorite story. I love Cher.
Hey, would you please explain that gay bar thing now?
Yes, I will.
Christ, I got to hear enough crap out there from people.
But Johnny.
Yes,
it wasn't
dear.
about being gay. It was about the music, and it was about the mirror ball, and it was an eclectic group of people from all over Providence.
Okay.
Who did not care.
All right.
Who was doing what? All they wanted to do.
Let me tell the story. Picture this: 1974.
Oh, God.
We're coming back from a case. There was 3 of us in the car. One of the guys, he's gay. Cool, fine, I don't care. He says, we're going to stop at a bar to have a beer. So I'm like, okay, so we stopped. We went in. I looked at, this is a true story. Anyways, I looked across, and Andrea was sitting over by the bar. She was over by the bar. I looked over and the way the lights were hitting and everything, and I said, oh, man, that's Andrea Perron. And as all I could see was the lights hitting her blue eyes, and they were bouncing and bouncing. So I walked up to her, and I grabbed her, and I said, let's dirty dance. And we were out on that. Andrea, agree for once. Oh, my God, after 50 years, agree with me.
Yes. And do you remember the red dress? Do you remember the beautiful red dress that I was wearing that got your heart beating?
I remember the baby blues. That's what does it with me.
Yeah, but you spun me. You spun me in that
dress.
I
did.
And I felt so elegant.
Yes, I did.
Can I change my answer on my favorite memory of the Conjuring house?
Yes.
Because I think this is now it. What I said before, never mind.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh man, you can't forget it. But anyhow, it's a cool thing, and I just wanted to come in here, Andrea. I love you with all my freaking heart.
With all my heart, right back at you, Zaffis. You crazy old man.
You love me. You love me to death.
I do. I love you to death, and I've missed you. And call me over the weekend. I got so much to fill you in on.
Okay. Hey, Cody Satori, you still got that doll, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you keep that. I need to keep some of the items in the family.
Oh.
Night, guys. Take care.
Hey.
Bye, Johnny.
Bye. Before you go, October 25th.
I'm on the road.
Yeah, I know you're on the road.
We're all gonna be there.
Wait a minute. Where am I the 25th?
You're in Mass with these two. With Girl Mass with these
Okay,
two.
yeah, no, I'm in Rhode Island. Wherever. I'm with the kids. I don't know. I'm someplace.
You're all going to be there. So.
Yeah.
If anybody, hey,
I don't even know if we're
I guess
gonna be
if anybody still wants tickets, Assembly Theater, it's on their website.
Valley Theater.
Alley Theater, Assembly
Alley
Alley, same thing. I gotta have it. I'm just as bad. But go get them because there's not many left. Cody, Corey, John, all going to be there.
And maybe zap him. I don't know.
No, I'm and we're not even drinking. That's what the sad part about all this, guys. But no, because I'm on the road and I have to come back from Vermont and go there. So that's why I was saying that. But anyhow, yeah, no, I'll be. You kidding me? I ain't missing that. That's gonna be a good time. Good time.
It'll be a good time.
All right, Corey Jane.
Hello.
Good night, honey.
Absolute bombshell.
What just happened?
What is wrong with him? What is genuinely? I love whatever's wrong with him, but what is wrong with him?
I gotta take my pulse.
Honey, there's not enough time left in this show to make the short list.
You know, I love how he
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I'm busy on the 25th.
I'm on the road.
Yeah, he was deciding if he was going to be there right then and there. Like, you're headlining it with us. What are you talking about?
It's going to be an interesting show.
Hi, everybody.
Who's
Hi,
next?
everybody.
Oh.
F you. I'm out of here.
I had wanted very much to come up with Lorna Brunel and do the event with you. And then I was concerned because, you know, I want the focus and the spotlight to be on you and Cody and John, and I didn't want to in any way detract from being a part of that. And that's when they found, you know, brain tumors. And all of a sudden, everything changed. And so I'm not going to be able to come, but I will tell you that when the farm has been procured, secured, protected, that Julie has already told me that she will get me up there and we will go and I will find a way. I will find a way to get myself through an airport. I will find a way to get on a plane. I will find my way to TF Green in Providence, which is, by the way, the best airport in the entire United States, not for nothing. And I will come and I will be with you at the farm. And then hopefully in the spring, when I'm through with all the radiation, I'll be able to come up and do another event with you at the Alley Theater, because Lorna Brunel is one of the finest human beings. And I'll tell you something, she's been an incredible friend to me. And I want to be able to make my presence known at the beautiful, wonderful Alley Theater. I just need to do it in a sensible way where I don't risk my health to do it, because every time I get on an airplane and walk past 6 million people in the Atlanta airport, I'm taking a risk because my immunity is suppressed because of the drugs that I'm on. So I have to be very thoughtful, very mindful, very controlled in my movements. But I will come and I will be there with you, and I will hold you all in my arms, and I will love you powerfully and passionately, because you are my family. You are my family.
There'll be a lot of tears, I'm sure, from all of us.
Yes.
At that
Well,
point.
let us fight first. Let's see how this goes. We all have to keep fighting, and then we'll figure it out.
Yes. Yes. And
Absolutely.
you know, the laughter and the tears, it's all one. It's the human experience. It's our existence. It is the way that we interact. You know, when somebody loses someone, they lose them forever. And the suffering is enormous. And I felt a sense of having lost the farm. And now I don't feel that anymore. And it is the most relief, and it is the most healing energy. And to know that everybody that I'm working with, everybody that I'm doing this with, all has the exact same identical intention for that house. That means everything in the world to me. Everything.
Yeah. Agreed.
Seriously, John was at a gay bar.
Only because of the mirror ball, Corey.
My goodness.
And he twirled me. He twirled me. I still have that dress 50 years later.
Wow.
I've seen that dress. It was in your closet when you were packing for Alaska. I went to your house.
And you're like,
that figured out.
who does this belong to? This is so not your style. And I'm like, no, it's not Stevie Nicks. No, I am.
Right,
I am the Stevie Nicks of the paranormal. I know that. I swirl and I twirl, and I have all these beautiful clothes and these shawls that people send me for my birthday and stuff. And so, yeah, I will never, ever have that dress on my body again. But I was a big girl back then. I'm 50 pounds lighter now than I was back then, and I don't know anybody to give it to.
I'm doing a little cursory math here. You said you said you're how old, Annie? Right now?
I just turned 67 last Friday.
67. So this was 50 years ago. So you're 17 years old. What the hell are you doing in a gay bar?
Dancing with John Zaffis. But that's the honest answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I didn't know who the fuck he was. I had no idea he was related to the Warrens in any way. I had no idea that he was associated with the Warrens in any way. He knew me from the photographs that Ed and Lorraine took at the farm. I had no idea who he was. All I knew was that there's this sweet, gentle man, a gentleman, came over and introduced himself and twirled me in my red dress. And I love him, and I will always love him. And Zaffis can do no wrong. Let it be made clear in the entire paranormal community, worldwide, John Zaffis is a prince among men, and he is one of the kindest, most generous of spirit human beings that I have ever been privileged to know. And he is not just my friend. John Zaffis is my family, and John Zaffis is my star brother.
He also gives killer advice.
He does.
Like
without getting into a lot of details either, he literally is my savior. In the beginning, when we purchased the house, he is like my savior. Like, we wouldn't have been in the spot we were without his help. Like, he was absolutely amazing. Him, Deb, and Larry. Like, I owe everything to the three of them. They were amazing.
Share some memories.
Oh yeah,
memory. Well, that's a detail that I really don't want to get into. That involved the other half in the beginning that was supposed to be.
I just meant memories in general. You don't get into that.
I got one. There's like a whole bunch to go through, but I think one of my favorites was when I first got the job. So it was like 3 weeks up there, and it was Maddie's week, so Corey was there too, and I think it was like my second or third night, and I was doing my first night camping. And
I remember your first night camping. Oh, you were a wuss.
I was scared out of my mind.
You were a wuss.
So everybody was, like, we've done the tour, and so we're kind of just hanging out at the fire pit watching the sky, of course, because, see a lot of stuff there, like Julie said. And then this storm comes out of nowhere, and the staff tent was huge, right? So I'm like, okay. And Corey's like, all right, well, I'm going to go make sure the vent flaps on your tent are good. And then I'm going upstairs, and I was like, I think I said it. I was like, you're going to leave me here? And he's like, yeah. Shit. What have I done? I made the biggest mistake. Why did I take this job? I got in my tent and I didn't leave it. I was too scared to get out of it. So I'm like in the cot assessing my life choices and really thinking I have made a huge mistake here. But what was interesting about it was the tent started by the door to the tent. I started getting this like fading in, fading out orange light. And I checked the jackery because we had a fan going and the way to keep our walkies charged. No light on that. No light on the fan. No light on the walkies. Somebody from the house or from the land had come into that tent because they knew I was scared, absolutely shitless. And that same light stayed in that tent for 3 nights. until I finally got the nerve to walk out of the tent after I got into it, and I never saw it again. But that is the only reason I was able to stay in that tent. Because they knew I was scared out of my mind. I was absolutely I'm not even gonna lie. Like I own my complete wussiness when it comes to this stuff, but that was a game changer for me as far as how I felt about being at the house. Because I have the least amount of experience by a country mile compared to all of these people. I had done like exactly one investigation before that when I took this job. But that changed it for me that night. Totally different perspective on, they're like, oh, they'll help, somebody came to help me when I was really freaking out. And I was always grateful for that.
Aaron, I remember the day that I met you and I was walking little Princess Peanut Buttercup and you told me that I had the cutest dog on the whole entire planet, which of course was true. And I sat next to you and I looked into your eyes and I said, oh, you're Arcturian. And your response was, I've been told that before. And that was our instantaneous connection. Mm-hmm. And before we were done with that conversation, we had become fast friends. Mm-hmm. And it was on September 11th, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
21.
And you told me not long ago, because, I talk to you all the time. I talk to Lenny all the time. My admins are my lifeline. I can't keep up with all of it. So without my ladies, I'm screwed. I'm like, in the water. And you said to me that meeting me changed your life forever.
Yeah, I blame you for all of this.
Oh, thank you.
But if you look at everybody on this screen, everybody's connected because of you.
Yes.
And I did not have the paranormal getting in this field on my bingo card, my radar screen, nothing. I was just going to this event. And, but again, the universe has a very interesting way of playing life out. And I've always just been so grateful that you kind of scooped me up and dumped me on this very crazy train we've been on, because it has completely changed my life.
The universe has a way of laughing in our faces.
So true.
The best made plans of mice and men, and the universe laughs in our faces. It's like you have no idea what's coming down the pike next. You don't. Lenny sent me a picture today of her crawling. We were breaking into Cass's house. She got detained giving somebody a ride coming back from Houghton Lake, I believe, several years ago. It was pre-COVID, so it was like 2019. And Lenny sent me the picture today of Jeff helping to boost her through the window that we were breaking into to get into Cass's house because it was cold and she wasn't there yet. And it's those moments, those tender mercies where you just look back on your life and say, that was an adventure. That was a golden adventure of laughter and light and love. Mm-hmm. And we broke into that house and we made coffee and we closed the window and we waited for her to come home, and then we wouldn't open the door and let her into her house because she had decided to lock the door for the first time in forever. So when we got there, we couldn't get into the house. It's Ann Arbor. Nobody locks their doors. It's Ann Arbor. And Lenny sent me that picture today and I laughed. I just laughed. Her little round butt crawling through that window and Jeff giving her a boost and breaking into somebody's house and nobody cared because all the neighbors knew me and they knew it was us. And, and it's those golden moments, those sacred little moments where you just have that spark, where you just know that something has shifted, something has changed, and it will never, ever be the same. If you really think about it, we live a series. Hold on, it's my turn to cough. Excuse me. We live a series of little tiny paradigm shifts every day as we spiritually evolve.
Yeah.
And anyone who understands anything about the farm understands that it is part of our spiritual evolution.
Agreed.
That is what draws people to the farm, is because they want to evolve. They want to feel the presence. You know, my most favorite quotation that I wrote years and years ago is on my coffee mug, because, you know, I mean, if you're a paranormal person, you've got to have a coffee mug. And it is the nectar of the gods. And so, you know, I've got my Suck It Up Buttercup Lenny mug tonight. I've got my Suck It Up. It's my birthday mug. Lenny sent me a birthday mug last year. And now I've got a new one that's way too vulgar from her to actually put on the screen. Just saying. What I've noticed is that each and every one of us have been profoundly and permanently changed by our connection with that farmhouse, with the Richardson Arnold homestead. That house will never be the Conjuring house. It should never have been called that in the first place. The house where that film was made is in North Carolina. And this house has its own unique perspective and personality. And it is so far beyond what the parameters of a feature fictionalized film could represent, that it bears no comparison. It does not hold a candle to what actually happened in that house. And those of you who are out there and watching this show tonight, not only do I encourage you, if you feel so compelled, to hop on our bandwagon and party with the pagans, party with the Perrin pagans, come and do that with us. But if you just can't, things are really tough right now. A lot of people are struggling. If you just can't contribute, share the link. Mm-hmm. Just share the link. It'll
make it public.
So
everybody can see it.
Make it public, because we have raised a boatload of money in a very, very short period of time. And it will ultimately be enough money to preserve, protect, and defend that farmhouse. I believe that, like I believe that I will survive cancer. That's what I believe.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yep.
Amen.
Amen. Who's next? Who hasn't done memories yet? Reed and Corey.
Reed. What are you doing? Are you listening to music?
Oh,
I'm
here.
Even paying attention? Are you tapped
I've
in?
been here.
What are
I've
you
been
doing?
listening.
You listening to another podcast? What are you doing, Reed?
I've been listening.
Gaming.
Reed, you got to tell your mother how much I love her.
I got you. Yeah, she called me today asking about the live. She was wondering where the link was. I sent it to her.
Well,
Nice.
I love Lori. I love your mother, and I can't wait to see her again. And I thank her every day for, I thank her every day for bringing you into the world. You are just a fine young man, and a patriot, and I love you.
Reed is all grown up. He's like a young man now. He's not like a.
All right, listen. I'm not like 18.
You are.
I'm
You're
24.
all like. You're
I'm
all
about to be
grown
25. It's funny. My mom said if I was her first, I would have been her last. So
I believe her. No, I believe Lori. I believe that.
But November 2nd, 2023 was probably the coolest night I had. So it was actually my first and I think only week caretaking with Aaron. Mm-hmm. And the group of the night canceled at like 5 p.m. And so I just go out into the house and I'm just like, all right, the group canceled, short notice. Abigail, you have a lot of kids, right? With 14 kids she had. Go make some dinner. Have a good family night. Not even 30 minutes later, I passed out on the couch. There's video footage that I have on my phone of Aaron coming out and going, oh, the bake room oven door's open. I wake up and I see it still open. We look back at the video footage and it swung open 30 minutes after. I mean, and honestly, to go back to what Cody and Satori said, we honestly owe the spirits of that house a staff T-shirt, because how they would even take care of things like every now and then when we forgot things. Like, for instance, after tours, I would always deadbolt the front door. There was one day I forgot it and I heard the deadbolt go off. I come back and the door's locked. I'm like, I forgot to deadbolt it. So I turned around and said, thanks, whoever that was.
They also locked some people out too.
Yes,
That's true.
Yeah,
That didn't. I had that happen to me too. Yeah.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
There was.
Oh,
Literally.
absolutely, there was.
But
Well,
no, we
that's
owe them a lot.
My biggest concern is that people go in there and provoke. How dare you?
Right.
How dare you go in and provoke those spirits? And it has happened over and over and over again over the years. And it is absolutely unacceptable. And they are to be treated with reverence and respect at all time. It's their house first.
Exactly.
We are the intruders, if you want to give it a word. We are the ones that come to connect with them on a level that few human beings ever get to. And so now I will tell you my quote. To be touched by spirit is not a curse, but a blessing. It is that rare glimpse into the realm from which we come and will all inevitably return. Be not afraid. Be the light you seek.
Love it.
Yep.
Amen.
What a lot of fun was too is I'm actually curious if I could ever find out who this person was, because it was like 2 a.m. People stop in front of the house for 10 minutes at a time, taking pictures. Oh my God, I think I see a ghost, whatever. Yeah. The car starts driving away. I open up the door and I say in a little kid's voice, I'm like, goodbye. And the car slams on their brakes. They hit the reverse. I'm looking at it through the cameras. I'm like, all right, here we go. I swing the staff room door open as fast as I can. I jump back so they don't see me. And all you hear is just gone. I was so curious if I could ever find out who that person was.
Man, I wish we all could.
I know. It was kind of fun scaring people off property. That was.
Jen, you took me to do that for the first time. My first Halloween there. You're like, you want to come have some fun with us? And I'm like, what are we doing? She's like, follow me. I'm like,
Maddie would get right into it. Maddie would be like, oh my God, somebody's here. Let's go.
Maddie is bodacious. Maddie is a badass cowgirl.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm not the only one.
How about you and Steve, Aaron? Got to fire that old couple.
Oh, the married couple. Yes. Yeah. So, to save the whole long story, this woman and her son were very upset that they couldn't just park their car in the middle of Round Top Road, which if you haven't driven down Round Top Road, yes, it's a country road, but people drive like maniacs.
Dangerous.
Down that road.
Yeah.
So we're having this like argument, and we were very nice, but then it was like, okay, you have to go now. And so within like 3 minutes, there's a Google review about the grumpy old married couple that wouldn't let their son on the property. And Steve and I so every time we'd go into the house, we'd be like, hey, husband, how are you? I think my favorite scaring people story massively backfired on me and Cody and Reed. That I think the car had gone by, like 6 or 8 times. They just kept going by. So we're like, okay, well, let's scare them. So we went out by the barn and put our phones, the flashlights up and looked all creepy or whatever. And we're waiting for them to come back. But then we hear what sounds like 2 tree trunks getting cracked together. Not a tree breaking, not a tree falling, but like Bigfoot shit. And I think I dropped my phone. I don't remember if the 2 of you dropped your phone, but we didn't end up scaring them. We ended up getting the shit scared out of them.
I remember the year we first bought the house, we saw Pat, the neighbor, walking down the street on stilts.
Just like the nun.
In a nun costume. And that was hilarious. Oh my God. He's tall and skinny anyways, but oh my God. On stilts and just so funny.
Oh my gosh.
The memories.
Well, I hope there's new memories soon. I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
We're manifesting the hell out of it.
And don't scare me because, we are together cumulatively a force to be reckoned with. It's not just me. It's not. It's Jason, and it's all of you. And when you take that kind of energy and this kind of enthusiasm and this momentum that we have built out of nothing, out of a 4-minute video, a plea, just a plea, help me, let this house not be lost to posterity. Let this house be salvaged. Let this house be brought back to its greatest glory. You know, that 4-minute plea changed the entire paranormal scheme of things. It brought people together that I didn't even know knew or loved me. I have had the good fortune to have met many, many thousands of people over the last 14 or 15 years since I started publishing the books. And I tell you what, to know that because of that house and our true story, that so many hearts and minds have been touched, and so many people have grown spiritually, and so many people have had an experience that they always wanted to have, and they never ever had that experience until they went to the farmhouse. That is a rare treasure. That is an absolutely wonderful, extraordinary thing. And it gives us an opportunity as a community to come together in a unity that I have never seen. I have never seen that. I mean, how long have people been going on about, oh, the paranormal community is a clusterfuck? You know, I mean, it's everybody's new favorite word for the paranormal community. Guess what? It's not. Guess what? It's the opposite. Guess what? Because when you launch a mission with love and you lead with love, what you get is love. Because the fact of the matter is, and here is the truth of it, love is the answer to every single question.
Agreed.
And you know what? I love all of you with all my heart. And I know we've only got a couple of minutes left, but Julie DeMay, Cody and Satori, Reed, Ken, my star brother Ken, Corey, oh my God, you're such a fucking piece of work. Jennifer, I love you with all my heart. I would like you to rip out some of his arm hair while you're sitting there just to remind him of how it is when we're together, because he's bound to say something to piss me off, and I generally just rip out a few hairs just to remind him how alive he is. Look at that smile. Look at that. You know, my Mr. Bear from the wild Maine woodlands. And, you know, Zaphis, Jay, I couldn't be more proud to call you my friends, but I couldn't be more proud to call you my family. And I love you all with all my heart. And so I will close the show out tonight with the mantra that I have been using for 15 months. First, we do the cancer mantra. Get the fuck out of my big fat fluffy temple now, you son of a bitch, and go live with your father, the devil. Amen.
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 Okay, there's that. And then there is a light in the depth of your darkness. Let it shine. Be the beacon of hope on the hill. Be the beacon of light that sheds the way for all of us to see and for all of us to evolve spiritually into a place that brings us closer to spirit. And so tonight, I thank each and every one of you for taking the time and joining me. And I want to thank everybody that watched the show tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I love you with all my hearts. Good night.
Good night.